here at the high school, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our first in-person class night we've had in 3 years to honor the class of 2022. Roughly 50 organizations have raised over $100,000 to celebrate the accomplishments of 13 years of work for our seniors, and there isn't a more deserving group. So I hope you enjoy the night. You can sit. I have the pleasure of beginning with two of the oldest academic awards, which date back to 1772, when Lord Bodencourt put up a gold medal prize at the College of William and Mary for the student who crafted the best Latin oratory, which would be delivered as the final speech at graduation. Adopted in 1920 by American high schools, the valedictorian and salutatorian have become two of the highest academic honors who receive medals that they will wear at graduation. Both the salutatorian and valedictorian this year are gifted scholars and athletes who lead by example as the president of the senior class and the president of the National Honor Society, respectively, and who both have cumulative grade point averages that approach 4.7. It is my pleasure to award the salutatorian medal to Bridget Conrad. And it is my pleasure to award the valedictorian medal to Ben Ford. Now I'd like to call up the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Patrick Sullivan, who will begin with the rest of our awards.
Good evening, and thank you, Principal Scott, and thank you, Cohasset community, for your overwhelming generosity. Congratulations, class of 2022. I'm a very proud superintendent of Cohasset Public Schools. The first award I'm honored to present is the Major William Arthur Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded each year to a Cohasset senior planning to continue into a post-high school educational program. The criteria for selection are scholarship and good citizenship. This year's award goes to Maggie Young. The next award I have the honor of presenting is the Noel Ripley Scholarship. This scholarship is given in the memory of Noel Ripley, a longtime Cohasset resident and former Cohasset High School graduate. This year's awards go to Luke Herndon and Jackie Lyons. The final scholarship I have the honor of presenting this evening is the William Ripley Scholarship. This scholarship is given in the memory of William Ripley, superintendent of schools in Cohasset for many years. This year's awards go to Jake Squatrito and Jenna Giglio. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Scott Snyder, and I am honored to be here tonight to represent the United States Air Force and the United States Space Force, feels weird to say that, as I present an appointment to your United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, Colorado. This appointment is equivalent to being offered a 4-year scholarship to a top-tier university with all expenses paid to include tuition, food, books, medical and dental benefits, as well as a monthly living stipend. The cost of education alone is valued at approximately $200,000 with a total value of the 4-year experience at over $500,000. These appointments to the Air Force Academy are very competitive, and most successful applicants are in the top 20% and higher of the country's high school students. With an acceptance rate hovering around 13%, this young man tonight joins a class of 1,220 young women and men that will soon embark on a challenging summer of basic military training. Those that last will undergo a crucible of 4 years of intense academic and athletic rigor, in addition to professional military and leadership development. As an Academy cadet, he will be joining a select group of dedicated students training to become future leaders of character in the world's greatest air, space, and cyberspace force. During those 4 years at the Academy, this young man will participate in leadership development programs to include flying aircraft, free fall parachuting, Division I athletics or intramural sports, as well as participation in military training and foreign exchange programs around the world. He will pursue a college degree of his choice in one of 28 academic majors ranging from aeronautical and astronautical engineering to history and political science. In addition, he will also study Air Force history, military affairs, leadership theory, philosophy, and management. After successfully completing the Academy's 4-year academic, character, and leadership development program, he will graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree and be commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force or Space Force. As an Air Force or Space Force officer, he will have the opportunity to fly the world's most advanced aircraft if he desires, manage satellites, oversee airbase operations, cybersecurity, and even finance, among many other career paths. Most importantly, he will have the opportunity to be a leader in service to this nation around the world. Instead of just watching history on television or on the internet, he will have a chance to be a part of it. It is my distinct pleasure to announce on behalf of the President of the United States and Colonel Arthur Primus, Director of Admissions at the United States Air Force Academy, Gregor Gumpel is hereby appointed to the United States Air Force Academy class of 2026.
Oh, that's going to be a tough act to follow. My name is Ron Ford, and it's my pleasure tonight to present 2 scholarships. First, need these two, that'll help, is the Fred Troy Clark Chatterton Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship will be awarded to for graduating seniors who plan to continue in post-secondary programs. Selection will be based on a student's scholastic performance, involvement in athletics, and citizenship within school and community. The students selected for this award also should have shown over the years sensitivity to the needs of other people and a desire to make a contribution to life and society in Cohasset and beyond. This scholarship will be granted after successful completion of the first semester of study at post-high school institutions. This scholarship was named after Fred Troy, who was the father of Sally Ann Chatterton and Clark Chatterton, our late athletic director. They both meant a lot to a lot of us in this community. And it's been 22 years that the Clark Chatterton Fund has awarded these scholarships. So we're really excited, again, to pick 4 students who really embodied the award, and we really are happy to give the awards to these kids. One of the toughest years we've ever had to select students. So the first student I'd like to bring up is Michael Donahue. Senior foil. Next is Bridget Mahoney. And finally, Molly Stevens. I'd like to ask Coach Sweeney to come up to help me present this next award, which is the Cohasset Wrestling Booster Scholarship. As Coach Sweeney makes it up to the podium, I just want to also announce that Coach Sweeney was inducted to the Massachusetts Wrestling Coaches Hall of Fame this year. It's quite an honor. We would like to, as the Wrestling Boosters, announce that these award scholarships are awarded to high school seniors based on a minimum of 3-year commitment and current membership to the Cohasset Wrestling Program. Eligible candidates should be in good academic standing and demonstrate commitment and leadership to the program. Coach Sweeney, I'll give you the honors to hand out the awards. Our award winners, we have 8 of them this year. Michael Donahue. Ben Ford. Gregor Gumpel. Christian Lewis. Lucas Nejad. Ben Noveline. Austin Ronan. And Andre Sweet.
Good evening. We have a couple of unique awards to recognize some achievements in the sciences. This first unique award is presented to a senior who has demonstrated achievement in science. This year we recognize Olivia Morton, who has worked tirelessly on her own time, including lunch and utility, on an ocean mural spanning 2 canvases that showcases both her incredible artistic talent and dedication to the scientific exploration of marine life. Olivia plans to study marine biology and has generously offered to display her work at the Cohasset Center for Student Coastal Research, CSCR, where it will be displayed to inspire many future marine biologists and citizen scientists for generations to come. Olivia, congratulations. Thank you so much. A second award for the sciences is awarded to 2 dedicated students who have always had a positive attitude and have worked during the school day and beyond in this Cohasset High School courtyard to continue to expand sustainable gardening at the high school. We are recognizing Georgia Fales and Evelyn Dickey for their work. That's right. For their work in managing and maintaining the CHS garden and for helping to organize daily routines as part of the high school environmental science coursework. George and Evelyn have worked to educate their peers and younger high school students alike, and their presence will truly be missed. Congrats, and thank you both so much. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. The Board of Directors of the Cohasset Dramatic Club is pleased to award these scholarships to 3 deserving individuals. This award is given in recognition of their outstanding commitment to theater, the arts, participation in the Cohasset Dramatic Club programs, and academic excellence. Congratulations to Nola Gallagher, Jacob Squadrito, and Phoebe Fusco.
Good evening. The Cohasset Arts Boosters mission is simple. We provide support for the fine and performing arts at Cohasset Middle and High School. We are grateful our community values the arts and we're able to experience students' creativity through their productions, performances, and concerts. The strength of the arts in our schools continues to grow, thanks in no small part to the dedicated educators, the support of parents, the administration, and our town leaders, but mostly due to the passion of you, our students. The arts allows us to communicate from afar and up close, generating positivity, appreciation, and hope. Over the last 2 years, when we could not be together, access to the arts through computers from our couch helped heal our souls. In times of social injustice and unrest, the arts amplifies important voices. The amazing and beautiful thing about finding your passion in the arts is that it doesn't leave when you graduate. Creating and viewing art allow you to process your experiences. Artists and musicians are explorers, healers, activists, and visionaries. Making art is essential to speak truthfully to power, to dream new realities, and ultimately to change the world. When choosing the recipients for the scholarship, we ask students to share with us how the arts has influenced their time here at Cohasset High School. This year, 4 students touched us with their stories of finding their purpose and passion. First, this student's curiosity found her on stage behind the camera as a stage crew member, designing websites and the 2022 yearbook, painting and drawing. She first joined the Circus Olympus Middle School play and took advantage of as many artistic electives she could ever since. She plans to add to her art portfolio with choreography studies and performing arts in the years ahead. It's my honor to award the scholarship to Phoebe Fusco. Second, this student discovered her love of performing arts with her 7th grade school play. She found an outlet to connect with others in 18 different plays and musicals, a cappella, and concert band. She plans to continue working on her passion for performing arts and social justice. It's my honor to award the scholarship to Nola Gallagher. A diverse portfolio with painting, photography, and drawing. She was nominated by her digital photography teacher to participate in an art program with students across the South Shore. She also is the artist who created the cover of the 2022 Cohasset High School yearbook. It's my honor to award the scholarship to Viola Henry. The student has worked throughout her school experience on crafting her art, drawing, game design, digital illustration, creative design. She found her passion and will be focusing her studies on furthering her art with game design and graphics. It's my honor to award our final scholarship to Justine Najjar.
On behalf of Safe Harbor Cohasset, I am honored to award this year's Christine Murphy Scholarship to 2 very deserving individuals, who not only work tirelessly day in and day out to educate their peers, but are some of the founding members of our Youth Ambassador program. The first $1,000 award goes to Evelyn Dickey. I would like to share a little bit about Dickey. Evelyn has participated in our Youth Ambassador program since her freshman year at Cohasset High School, and she's been a youth leader for the last 3. Throughout that time, Evelyn has been a continuous advocate for mental health awareness, volunteering her time as a leader on the mental health subcommittee. She has exhibited leadership skills and provided productive contributions to our entire coalition. She has strived to engage and build rapport with peers in the community to decrease the stigma and increase awareness of available resources for both mental health and substance use disorder. Evelyn's high degree of integrity, perseverance, and positivity make her an invaluable individual. She will be attending the University of Virginia in the fall, where she plans on obtaining a bachelor's degree in public policy and a master's degree in public health. We're not surprised. We truly look forward to following your meaningful contributions in the future. So, thank you, Evelyn. The second $1,000 scholarship goes to Maeve Kearney. Maeve has also been a participant in our Youth Ambassador program since her freshman year and has been a youth leader for the last 2 years. She came to Safe Harbor wanting to change the culture in the community by giving her and her peers a platform and a voice. During her time, she has worked effortlessly toward mental health awareness and sports wellness for her peers. For example, Maeve was the lead organizer of last month's Cohasset Minds Matter, which was held on the Common. Maeve's personal and professional growth is undeniable, as is her motivation and her work ethic. Maeve has been accepted to Tulane University in the fall, where she will be majoring in both finance and business management. Maeve will be sincerely missed, and we wish her all the best in her future endeavors.
Hi, I'm so impressed with the graduates of this particular class. It just blows my mind. I think the future of our country is in better hands, definitely. The Edward Lappin Leadership Scholarships are given annually in the honor of my husband, Edward Lappin, a Cohasset resident who is all about giving back. Giving back to his community, giving back to the state of Massachusetts, and giving back globally. He got involved in many things in Cohasset, the community advisory, Appalachian Service Project, which many of you listed, and many acts of kindness. Some of his best buddies are here tonight. Quite a man. Anyway, so the Edward Lappin Foundation Board, which was created to honor some of the work that my husband has done to help people achieve self-sufficiency. And we now tonight want to honor 2 recipients. First, Brooke Evans. It was a hard choice. The class was amazing. Brooke, we honor you for your outstanding academic record, leadership skills, and community service. And our board particularly loved your pen pal idea, being a psychologist and who works with seniors in the time of alienation and just isolation for the seniors. The pen pal program was amazing. It was a great idea. And you know that you were going to win this award because the awards were accidentally sent earlier, the $1,000 checks to her house. Hopefully they landed in her hands, not for whatever, other person. But anyway, congratulations. The second award goes to Lily Riley. And this involvement in Water First. My husband would have been really impressed with that organization. It's global, it's in Boston, and it raises money for the awareness of, to help people in the communities and around here, but mostly globally, to help access for people to have access to clean water in places as far away as Mozambique, Honduras, and Bangladesh. It's an amazing organization, and it helps with the global water crisis. Thank you for your service. Tonight I multicast. I'm also on the Social Service League. Our family is all about community service. So anyway, I'm going to give two $1,000 awards on top of the Social Service League. And this is to graduating seniors who best represent the mission of the Social Service League of Cohasset, which is to identify and assist those in need and to develop and support programs that directly benefit them. And Safe Harbor came out of the idea of our board. We accomplished this by funding educational, social, and health efforts that can deliver positive and measurable impact on our community, and definitely help with mental health, which is one of our board's big things right here in Cohasset. It's been one hell of a year for mental health, definitely. Each year, the Social Service League presents 1 or 2 scholarships to students who best represent our mission by awareness of social need, empathy, and community concern. This year, we can offer 2 awards, so in no particular order. The first one goes to Bridget Conrad. And the people who were making the decision, including myself, wanted to just brag for Bridget about this. A Harvard Book Award recipient and a high honor student. I don't know what the senior 7 are. What's the senior 7?
That was for homecoming, 7 of us to pick for leadership.
Awesome. National Honor Society and the Green Team, which is awesome in terms of climate change and working with sustainability, Water First, and of course the Safe Harbor. Your community service extends all the way from Cohasset to Hull, the food pantry, and the beach cleanup. Thank you, and I hope you continue that service. And the final award that I'm due, first you get your money. Hello. Wow, you're gonna need it, college prices these days. Also, before I leave, I think a shout out goes to all you family members who supported this amazing group of students. Our next recipient is Suzanne Willett, and is she here tonight? Suzanne?
No, I'm Julia. That's my
Whoa,
mom.
somebody wrote down Suzanne. This is, I didn't do somebody else. Your mom is not to get this. Come here. That's funny. Oh, Mom, you don't get it. That's so funny. I'm just doing what I was told to do, and it said Suzanne. That's interesting. Yes. And your first name? Julia. Oh, that's great. So anyway, stay right here. That's a little humor tonight. No, that goes to you, not your mom. Anyway, top-rated student, National Honor Society member, first chair of violin. That's amazing. At the South Shore Youth Orchestra. An active Girl Scout, she deserves Bronze and Journey Awards, and amazing volunteer activities in terms of developing playlists for dementia patients at the Cardigan Nursing Home. And actually, the playlist is so important. As a psychologist who works in gerontology as well as with other adults and children, the last thing for demented people who have dementia to go is their appreciation of music, and brings back memories. It's really, really important that they have that type of a playlist. For my father, before he passed, he was listening to Frank Sinatra all the time. So anyway, and she's cooked for the homeless, participated in ASP, and volunteered at the Carolina, I believe, Hill Shelter and Rosie's Place. A job well done. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Vince Thornton. I'm involved with several different activities in town. Some of you may not know me very well. Currently, I'm the Scoutmaster for Troop 28 here in Cohasset. Every year, the Barbara Pate Memorial Scholarship is awarded to seniors who have participated in a program of scouting in Cohasset and who will attend a program of higher education. This year, there are 8 members of the senior class who have participated in a program of scouting during high school. 4 have been members of Troop 28, Scouts BSA, and 4 have been members of the Girl Scout Troop 88288. As Scouts, your classmates receiving this scholarship have performed hundreds of hours of service to the community. They have acquired skills you would expect of a Scout, such as camping, fire starting, field cooking, and if all things go right, they do have first aid to support them if there is an issue. Thankfully, that hasn't been the case. Each of them has provided leadership within the troop and in the broader community. Each of them has dedicated themselves to the program for years, in some cases 12. We are confident that each of them will take the skills they have developed and go on to make a substantial contribution to their schools and the communities in the future. We wish them well. So this year, from Troop 88288, say that 10 times fast, Christine McMillan, Justine Najar, Miranda Schmidt, and Margaret Young. From Troop 28, I'd like to recognize 4 Scouts, all of which have either earned or will be earning the Eagle rank in the next, hopefully within the next day or 2, right, Brendan? Anyway, Nathan Sharon, Brendan Singari, Christian Lewis, and Sam Rogers. We plan on having Brendan's board of review for his Eagle Scout rank tomorrow night, so let's see if that happens. Now I'm going to jump over to my other hat. I'm the current president of CYBSA, which is Cohasset Youth Baseball and Softball Association. We have over 400 participants in both baseball and softball this year, so it's a robust platform. These 4 individuals have played for many, many years. They continue to give back to the CYBSA community as mentors, as managers, and assistant coaches. So I'd like to recognize Brendan Singari, Nick Henry, Jackson Soderberg, and Austin Ronig. So throwing on another hat, I'm the treasurer of the not CYBSA, I'm the president of that still, but the treasurer of the Cohasset High School Golf Boosters. So this is, thank you, Torn. This is definitely a gentle person sport, a sport that will hopefully last a lifetime. My son played golf and continues to play. So I'd like to recognize all these 5 players played all 4 years. So I'd like to recognize Nora Cunningham, Nola Gallagher, Abigail Moy, Lily Wallingford, and Will Malloy. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, class of 2022. I'm Don Ryan. I'm the director of 143 TV, also known as Cohasset Community Television. Brought David Bigley, who's a volunteer and a board member, and also Catherine Harvey. You may have seen some of her cooking shows. She's not going to cook anything for us tonight. That's unfortunate. But anyway, we've changed the name. We were the 143 TV Scholarship Award. And this year we've changed it to the Peter Richardson Media Scholarship Award. This is in honor of one of our board members, our treasurer, Peter Richardson. I'm sorry. So he passed away, and both of his sons are involved with our community TV. One of them is sailing right now between the Azores and Iceland. His other son, Ted, works in our studio at least twice a week, directing a TV show called Peanut Butter What What. So I know you're all impressed with that one. So anyway, Peter, he hosted, did play-by-play for football for us. He's also creating, and he was in the middle of creating, a special sailing ship which had sunk in 1938. There was only one of four were ever recovered. And he's building these rib by rib, steaming them. And I think his sons are going to carry on with this. So it's a project we started in 2014, and hopefully we'll finish it 2024. So anyway, anybody that knew Peter just knew what a hard worker, what a dedicated, fun, loving person he was. And we thank him for everything he did. I'll let David or Catherine want to speak.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about 143 TV. The first thing I'm going to tell you is it is not Channel 143. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, primarily funded by the cable fees. The companies that operate cable in this community pay a fee to the community for the privilege of operating, stringing the wires and having customers in the community. And the funding, the part of those funds they pay to the town are what have created the studio that's just around the corner, that many of these students have participated in a whole variety of programming, from sports, live sports programs, different debates and so forth. And if you do have a chance, look it up. Peanut Butter What What is pretty amazing. It's not necessarily my favorite TV show that I've ever watched, but I am incredibly glad that we have been able to provide the opportunity for these students to do that. And it's not just running around with a camera. The process, we accept students into as work study or independent study programs. And they are taught to direct, to pull the resources together necessary to create a program. They're taught to operate the equipment. They're taught to have respect for that equipment. They're taught to do the editing, to do all of the things necessary to create quality TV. We have had students from here go on to study television production and create their own television production companies. So it's a very worthwhile thing that I think people need to, if you don't know about these stations, please familiarize yourself with them. You've probably seen your kids on different programs. But anyway, that is who we are and what we do, depending on which cable subscriber you happen to subscribe to. We're on a different channel, but that's who we are and what we do. And I think I'm going to have Catherine maybe tell you a little bit about the student that is going to receive this award.
Good evening. Each year we have the honor of awarding the scholarship to a senior who has performed above and beyond their responsibilities and who will be pursuing further education in film, broadcast media, television engineering, or journalism. Only the most dedicated, highest caliber students have passed through our hallowed studio doors, on to college, and into the real world. Many of them are already making an impact in their chosen fields. This year's recipient has been with us, contributing her talents throughout her high school career since she was a freshman. She's earned the esteemed distinction of multitasking on-air host, camera operator, editor, writer, mentor, and producer. And she's on her way to wowing the faculty and student body at Syracuse University. And I can say from having worked with this student that wherever she goes, she will be a tremendous asset to her community, both personally and professionally. This year's very well-deserving recipient is Madison Gould. We are committed to accept our performance on her behalf.
That's Mark Gould. He already has his Syracuse swag on.
My name is Jack Gates, and I was asked by a couple of groups to present scholarships. The first is the Sons of the American Legion, right here in Cohasset. The Sons of the American Legion Scholarship is awarded. Awards are made annually to seniors planning on furthering their education. They're required to write a brief paragraph as to why they would be a preferred candidate, and a family veteran affiliation is desirable. This year's recipients are Samuel Rogers, Mahoney. The second award is for scholarship is for the American Legion. It's a different. We have two different divisions: the Legion and the American Legion wants to award these three scholarship recipients, and they are Catherine Sweet, Bridget Mahoney, Sam Rogers. There are two different scholarship committees, by the way. I'll put that together. I'm allowed to do a special, just kind of a special recognition here. So I'd like to ask up on behalf of the American Legion and the community, really, Greg O'Gumpo. And you've already heard from the United States Air Force Academy, but I want to say a couple quick things here. I was listening to a Memorial Day speech by Lieutenant Colonel Alan West in reference to the movie Saving Private Ryan, which I'm sure you all know. In one of the final scenes, Private Ryan knelt down close to Captain Miller. Captain Miller had sacrificed his life to save Private Ryan. And as Captain Miller sat slumped, taking his final breaths, he whispered two simple words to the young private: "Earn this." As we recognize this young man who is heading out to serve us and our country, let us make sure we earn the service that he has given, the freedoms and liberties that we enjoy in the greatest country in the world. The American Legion would like to recognize Gregor for his willingness to dedicate himself to serve and protect us, and we are presenting him this certificate of commendation and an American flag that he and his family can fly proudly. I'm going to jump ahead here because Mrs. Wigmore could not be here tonight, so she asked me to present the Thomas W. Wigmore Memorial Scholarship. Tommy graduated from Cohasset, Tommy graduated from Cohasset High School in 1983 and was a commander of the Sons of the American Legion Squadron 118, which he reactivated 28 years ago. Tom organized many events in Cohasset, including the 9/11 services, veteran services, amongst others, but was particularly proud of the Memorial Day service, which included the healing fields, which we all really enjoy out here, which he founded 16 years ago. He was awarded Citizen of the Year in 2015. In 2015, he sadly lost his battle with brain cancer. Tommy displayed outstanding and unwavering support to the Cohasset community. And this year's recipients: Catherine Sweet, Gregor Guppel, Jean Purcell, and Bridget Mahoney. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, guys. On behalf of the Golden family, it is my honor to present the William Hart Golden Memorial Scholarship today. I had the privilege to coach Will Golden when he was a student at Cohasset High School. Before I hand over the recipients' awards, I'd like to say a few words about Will. He was caring, he was smart, he was a son, he was a gamer, he was protective, he was stubborn, he was hardworking, a friend, he was great, he was a brother, he was a state champion. All these descriptions and many more apply to Will Golden. Through all my years of coaching and playing, I can confidently say there's never been someone like Will Golden. He was a player I coached, but moreover, a young man I admired. Some kids are born with talent, others have to work for it. Will was born with talent, and when he so desired, he worked at it and was the best. He, unlike others, had the innate ability to choose when he wanted to be one of the greatest players on the field versus just being on the field. And when he wanted to dominate, he did. Will was as smart as they came, both on and off the field. He always knew when it was being stubborn. When he realized it, he had become a distraction. He took it upon himself to seek out his teammates and coaches and look them straight in the eye and accept full accountability. I love coaching Will because, to the surprise of some, he was indeed very coachable. I knew he cared so much about his teammates, the program, and even a little conversation could flip him the switch and have him take it over. Will Golden was many things to many of us, but in the end, he was a loving son, a protective big brother, a caring friend, a great athlete, and an overall remarkable young man. This is now the 6th year that the Golden family has presented this award. We couldn't be more excited about all the applicants that applied. Knowing Will, he'd be very proud of the following 2 recipients of the People. For for who you guys have become, and moreover, who you will become in your next journey. Congratulations, James Appleton. I'm just going to say a few words that the Goldens wanted me to say. The personal connection that you had with Will was evident in your essay, and it made it very special. Your memories that you shared of Will and the way that you described him so vividly were heartwarming. The impact and impression that you had on him was very clear. What you didn't know was the impression you had on him. He would always ask if he could see you and then ask if he would have time to stop by your house when he was home from school. It makes our family so proud to see you carry on part of him as you have grown over the years. We know Will has been so proud of you. Congratulations and good luck at the University of Wisconsin in the next chapter of your life. The second recipient is Peter Vitelli. Just a few words from the Goldens. Congratulations on being the 2022 recipient of the William Hardy Golden Memorial Scholarship. We enjoyed reading your essay and learning about your great passion for the game of hockey. This is something that you and Will had in common. What impressed us all of the kindness and compassion that you demonstrated toward your younger teammates. Will's devotion, enthusiasm, and love for his teammates was palpable on and off the ice and on the playing field. This was felt by his friends and family and everything he did, and was defined in who he was. Your essay reminded us of Will, and we feel honored that you will be able to find and describe the similarities that you share with him. We wish you the best in your next endeavors and hope that you carry on the traits you shared that embodied Will.
Good evening. The DAR Good Citizens Award and Scholarship Contest, created in 1934, is intended to encourage and reward the qualities of good citizenship. This award recognizes and rewards individuals who possess the qualities of dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism in their homes, schools, and communities. These students are selected by their teachers and peers because they demonstrate these qualities to an outstanding degree. This year's recipient has demonstrated tremendous leadership skills as well as significant abilities in athletics, in the classroom, and in the community. In recognition of this award, the student's achievement was entered into record at the Massachusetts State House. They will also receive a flag that was flown over the United States Capitol building. This year, the Colonel Thomas Lothrop Old Colony Chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution is proud to present the Good Citizens Award to Michael Donahue.
Congratulations to the class of 2022. My name is Brenda Douglas, and I'm president of the American Legion Auxiliary here in Cohasset, yet another branch. Every year, our organization gives 2 scholarships to members of the senior class, and this year is no different. The first recipient of the American Legion Auxiliary Scholarship is Bridget Mahoney. And the second recipient, Austin Ronan.
My name is Rich Hines. I'm commander of the Cohasset Veterans of Foreign Wars. And hopefully most of you realize that we are also a 501(c), and in order to provide scholarships, we do our annual Poppy Drive, and I appreciate the generosity of Cohasset as always. We did very well this year, and it allows us, among other things, to present 3 scholarships tonight. These scholarships, by the way, do have strings attached, because next Memorial Day we'll be talking to each one of these recipients to also staff a donation table for us for Poppy Drive next year. A longtime friend of the VFW and one of our original members was Leo Bailey Jr. So I'd like to present this scholarship to Carolyn Sweet. Our next scholarship, we really want to talk about 4 years from now. Because when this lady comes back from Texas Christian University, we hope she still has her New England accent. Bridget Mahoney. And finally, we have a military award. You've seen Gregor a couple of times tonight. The U.S. taxpayers will pay his tuition. So this doesn't go for any tuition payments. But sooner or later, he's going to be asked to fund the squadron beer at the U.S. Air Force Academy. So Gregor Duffel.
The Cohasset Permanent Firefighter Scholarship awards 3 scholarships tonight. The awards go to Brendan Singari, Bridget Mahoney, Margaret Young.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to award the Linda and Larry Schultz Scholarship. This is given in honor of my parents who contributed over 50 years to the community, and I think it's safe to say that many of the adults in this room either had my dad as a teacher or came across my mother in the main office of the high school back in the day. So it's with a great pleasure. That we recognize Molly Stevens tonight.
Good evening. My name is Elisa Gittins-Carl, and I am the MECA Director here in Cohasset. There's a famous scripture that speaks to there being a time for everything. A time to be born, a time to plant, a time to heal, a time to dance, a time to laugh. Today is a time to celebrate the accomplishments of all of you, the class of 2022. Because of the generosity of the Cohasset community, once again, we were able to raise the funds for these 2 scholarships. And so I present 2 Cohasset MECO PSO awards, one to Miss Isley Wilson, the second to Miss Giselle Plazavel, 2 young ladies who have blossomed into amazing young women who will truly change the world. I am so proud of you and wish you all the best as you continue on to the next stop on your journey. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick Birmingham. It's my great pleasure to be here for this graduation ceremony. Now, the Cohasset Farmers Market gives out 4 awards every year to deserving graduates from Cohasset. The mission of the Farmers Market is to enhance the community spirit generated by uniting market vendors, local community organizations, businesses, and educational programs to promote the benefits of locally grown food, healthful living, and awareness of tradition. We are very fortunate to have such a unique and beautiful venue at the Cohasset Common in which to enjoy this, and to have your kind and continued participation in the market for so many years. Therefore, this year there are 3 winners of the market scholarships and 1 winner of the Jesse McDonald Farmers Market Award. The first 3 winners are Elaine Wickstead, Samuel Soares. Congratulations. And Peter Vitello. It is I who congratulate Elaine, Samuel, and Peter, who have already received their envelopes. Now, the recipient of Cohasset Farmers Market Scholarship's special award in memory of Jesse McDonald is awarded to Evelyn Dickey. Congratulations, Evelyn. On behalf of the Cohasset Farmers Market, Evelyn, we are pleased to present you with this award, which you already did. It is particularly dedicated to you as a fellow market vendor in memory of Jesse McDonald. We honor the spirit in which you love the market, as you know you did, her determination, and her ability to overcome diversity. In selecting you for this award, we felt you understood some of the qualities and what we hope to foster through welcoming youth vendors to our market's mission. Congratulations and very best wishes.
Good evening and congratulations, graduates. My name is Maureen McCarthy and I'm here with, where'd you go? Mr. Pisano, to present the Gia Baresi Award. Gia was a dear friend and proud member of the class of 1983. I hate to say it out loud. And if I had to pick 3 words to describe Gia, it would be athletic, smart, and kind. Long before there were youth sports for girls in Cohasset, Gia played the Little League with the boys. At Cohasset High School, she played on the field hockey, basketball, and softball teams, started all 4 years of high school, and captained all 3 of those teams. Gia was our valedictorian and went on to Harvard after Cohasset High School. But most importantly, Gia was kind. She was always willing to help out others, and she always made us laugh. She died tragically in 2001, and it's hard to believe this is the 20th year we are giving out this award in her honor.
Congratulations, graduates. This year, all the participants seemed amazing, with most of them having a parent or close relative who knew Gia personally, making our decision extremely difficult. There wasn't a bad choice. Maureen told you how Gia was athletic, smart, and kind, and our recipient also embodies those 3 words. She is a 3-sport athlete and captain with an amazing athletic accomplishments. She is very smart with many distinguished honors, and she is kind. I've witnessed her in leadership role taking the underclassmen under her wing. She treats everyone with the same respect, from her family, to her teammates, to her opponents, to the coaches. She demonstrates sportsmanship integrity, and honesty on and off the field. She is quick to laugh at herself and learn from her mistakes. She will push when she has to and retreat to support when necessary. She plays with the same passion Gia did, willing to put the team on her back and grind out the win. I know Gia would support our choice this year. Congratulations, Grace and Lord.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aaron Chenette, and I'll be doing the next few scholarships. The first one is the annual Cohasset Dental Scholarship. This award is given annually to a graduating Cohasset High School student with a commendable academic record, involved in his school activities in his or her community, and the intention to continue their education in the field of dental, medical, nursing, or public health. This year, we chose Stephen Peter Crumley. Scholarship is the Cohasset Basketball Boosters Susan D. Michelle Scholarship. The D. Michelle family was a longtime supporter of Cohasset basketball. Don D. Michelle was a past president of the Basketball Boosters, and he and Susan D. Michelle devoted many hours to the development of the youth program that continues on today. The scholarships are presented to the graduating seniors who played all 4 years of Cohasset High School basketball and have demonstrated a commitment to and passion for the game of basketball. For the girls, it's Sarah Cullinan and Mia Froyo. And the boys, James Appleton, Lucas Federley, Will Malloy, Joshua Burke, and Kevin Federley. Last scholarship is the Cohasset Basketball Boosters Ed Lappin Scholarship. Ed Lappin was a longtime supporter and contributor to the youth basketball program in Cohasset. In addition, Ed also valued education and was a longtime supporter of Cohasset schools. Ed was generous with his time and contributed in a positive manner to the Cohasset community. This scholarship is awarded to one high school senior boy and girl that played all 4 years of Cohasset High School basketball, demonstrated academic commitment and achievement, has shown a commitment to community service and a demonstrated passion for helping others and making a difference. This year's recipients are Liesl Nee and Connor Nichols.
Good evening. My name is Betsy Walsh Conley, and I'm here on behalf of the Cohasset Democratic Town Committee to present the Joseph Walsh Memorial Scholarship. And I have to say, you guys are amazing. I think we deserve a round of applause for everyone here. All of you. We received 28 applications this year for our scholarship that looked at the achievement of students in academics, in leadership, and volunteerism. And I am so impressed. I'm a 40-year retired educator, and I have to say, parents, teachers, students, you are amazing. You are amazing. The question that we asked the students to write an essay to tell us what leadership skills they have brought to Cohasset High School and to the community that they would bring forward to make a difference in the world. And the essays were overwhelmingly magnificent. What these students have done to bring Cohasset to the level of education. I understand we're #1 with college graduations in the country, and we are exceptional in the percentage of students who have been involved with volunteerism. You have given our community a hope and a future that looks bright. We've kind of screwed things up the last few years for everyone. We're counting on you to turn it around. Some of the things that kids brought and said were most important qualities they had in leadership that would change the world. Molly mentioned selflessness. Ben said integrity. Ada Jean said changing, the passion to change the world. Margaret said perseverance. Brandon said being motivated. Liesl said being proactive. Paul said his reliability. Madison, a positive attitude. Bridget, bringing conversations to the table and being able to be diplomatic. Brendan said rationalizing. Liam said being compassionate. Samil said being a great listener. And Bridget said working on conversing and not judging. This year's recipient is someone who brings passion to everything she does. She has continued with programs in environmental concerns, with health and safety concerns, with the drug and alcohol addiction, not only in our community, but she's a member of the state's team on public health, and she's been to DC as a student representative on health, human services, and addiction concerns. We are so proud to present to Evelyn Dickey our Leadership Award.
Good evening. My name is Dave McDonough, and I'm currently serving as the president of Cohasset Youth Lacrosse. And on behalf of Cohasset Youth Lacrosse Board, I'd like to congratulate the entirety of the class of 2022. I'm here tonight to present the Cohasset Youth Lacrosse Scholarship to several students who our scholarship not only recognizes academics in the classroom and community service, but also students who have participated in lacrosse at the youth level, have continued that through high school, and have exhibited leadership both on the field and in contributions back to the youth program. Whether you know it or not, the students at the lacrosse players at Cohasset High School make a lot of contributions under Coach Reardon and Coach Rotundi back to our program. The girls team frequently volunteers at practices for our young girls in our program and put together a Littles Night for the girls at the varsity game for Alzheimer's awareness. The boys show a lot of attention to our boys who play at halftime at many of the varsity games. These kids serve as role models to the youth in our program who all look forward to being in their cleats. So our first winner tonight is a team captain, a noted league all-star. In their essay, the student indicated that their decision to play lacrosse in first grade has led to 12 years of great memories, and also recognized the importance of role models when they were a youth in the program, which led to them giving back to the youth within our program over the years. This student volunteered to coach weekly practices and clinics, ran a team at the Situate Play Day, and one of the Cohasset Youth Lacrosse coaches indicated that this student is constantly looking at ways to inspire and help the next generation in the town of Cohasset. The student's going on to continue to play at the collegiate level. Congratulations to Molly Stevens. Our second winner is also a team captain, has spent a lot of time volunteering as a referee, and in their essay indicated that they appreciate teaching kids, and they love working with kids because they always come motivated and ready to have a good time. I'm assuming he has not coached with any of my teams. This student will be going on to play football in college, is known to many of the kids in our program affectionately as Berkey. This is Joshua Burke. And our final recipient tonight, also a captain, an all-scholastic, and a league all-star. In their essay, the student indicated that working hard with teammates is always fun and rewarding. It's rewarding for them, and that's why they always pay it back by coaching youth in practices and games. Our coach has indicated that this student has always been very helpful at practices and facilitation of tryouts for some of our travel teams, and also helped to run a Situate play day. One Cohasset youth lacrosse coach indicated that this student understood the platform of influence that they've created for themselves. Congratulations to Bridget Mahoney.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to all the graduates. The Cohasset Summer Swim and Dive Team encourages good sportsmanship, team spirit, setting and achieving personal goals, and of course, a love of the water. Student athletes selected to receive the 2022 Cohasset Summer Swim and Dive Team Scholarship have excelled in all of these areas and more.
The recipients of the Cohasset Swim and Dive Team Scholarship are leaders and role models to their peers. Their work ethic, in and out of the pool, and positive attitude make them ideal candidates. We are pleased to recognize Jenna Giglio and Peter Crumley.
Good evening, and thank you for having us. The Cohasset Field Hockey Boosters was originally begun by Beth Marsden Gilman and is currently a rotating group of parent volunteers who provide coordination and support to the Cohasset High School field hockey team. Thank you to each and every graduating player for your dedication, hard work, and commitment to the team and the sport. I echo what many have said tonight. It's an especially remarkable, accomplished, and selfless group all around. Made our jobs pretty difficult. But this year we've been especially blessed to have the generosity and support of Beth's family, who created a scholarship fund in her honor. Beth is a true Cohasset icon, who started and nurtured Cohasset youth field hockey and created an incredible foundation for the sport in this town and will forever be remembered by generations of players. Based on the hard work and involvement of the town, past and current players, friends, and our coaches, we are pleased to add this year the Beth Marsden Gilman Scholarship Award. I'm very lucky and honored to introduce Beth's daughter, Katie Gilman, to present this year's Beth Marsden Gilman Award, as well as the Cohasset Field Hockey Boosters Awards.
Well, most of you probably didn't have the pleasure of meeting her. My mom spent over 17 years involved in coaching field hockey in Cohasset. She impacted countless areas in the community, from building the middle school program from the ground up to supporting the creation of multiple field hockey teams in Massachusetts that were many of the first, and also working with the boosters and MSG to help support and grow the high school program to where it is today. One of her greatest joys in life was always coaching and supporting many of your daughters. If she were here now, I know she'd be personally thanking all 8 girls who submitted their essays to be considered for this scholarship. Each one was beautifully written and in some way intertwined a memory of being coached by my mom, which was very special to see. However, there was one individual that stood out in particular and really resonated with both me and the booster community as representing the values my mom stood for. I want to read a brief snippet here of what she wrote. I found that our ability to challenge opponents was drawn from the close-knit nature of the community we formed. I believe what makes our team special is our ability to come together and play our game despite the skills of our opponents. Our bond pushed us to operate as a whole and play for each other, rather than merely focusing on ourselves. Your passion for the sport, loyalty to your teammates, and selfless attitude on and off the field did not go unnoticed. With that being said, I'm very happy to congratulate Brooke Evans for winning the first ever yearly scholarship. In addition, the boosters were also able to honor 2 other graduates who exhibited especially great passion for the game, leadership for their team, and volunteer support to the youth programs over the last several years. I'd like to also congratulate Maddie Miller and Molly Stevens.
Congratulations, guys. I am here representing the Cohasset High School Soccer Boosters to give out some awards tonight. To all the seniors on the stage who have been part of the soccer program the last 4 years, thank you very much for all your dedication and commitment. The soccer scholarships not only recognize contributions to the high school soccer program, but contributions to the community as a whole, especially any cooperation with our youth program, which is always very much appreciated, getting the next generation to get interested in soccer. We had an amazing group of applicants who were not only excellent students. I mean, seriously, I don't think your transcripts had a grade below a B for anybody that applied. It's amazing. But you guys all displayed a commitment to our community, a passion for the sport of soccer, and not to mention some very good time management and work ethic skills. Anyway, our awards tonight go to Mia Froyo, Grayson Lord, Nathan Sharon, and Sam Seen.
Good evening and congratulations to all the graduates. My name is Greg Hellbach. I'm the president of the Cohasset Rotary Club. 2022 marks the 75th straight year that the Cohasset Rotary Club has honored graduates with our scholarships. During those years, we have granted these scholarships to over 700 alumni of Cohasset High School. I can guarantee you that sitting in the audience tonight, there are mothers and fathers, grandparents, siblings, and other relatives of the class of 2022 who have benefited from these awards, and we're honored to be able to add to that list tonight. The motto of the Rotary Club is service above self, and we hope that these awards incent our honorees with a passion for service to their community. Tonight we honor 12 graduates with our $1,000 scholarships. Our first honoree is Margaret Young. Next, Elaine Winston. Bridget Mahoney. Grayson Lord. Mia Ferreira. Brenda Brendan Singari. Peter Crumley. Brooke Evans. Austin Ronan. Molly Stevens. Peter Vitello. And finally, Catherine Sweet. Thank you.
Good evening. Congratulations, class of 2022. I'm with the Cohasset Hockey Boosters, and I have 3 senior awards. Justin Appleby, Peter Vitello, and Matthew McDowell. I'm also presenting the Dennis Walsh Scholarship, and Coach Walsh was a longtime Cohasset hockey field team back when I was here in high school, and this year I'm very honored to award this to Peter Vitello. This is an essay-based scholarship, and as Matt Felsen had mentioned earlier, Peter's scholarship touched everybody in the group, and it was excellent. Thank you very much. Good luck.
You're over halfway. All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm John Froyo. I'm here representing the Cohasset Baseball Diamond Club. Our goal is to promote the interests of the Cohasset High School baseball team through many volunteer efforts and some sponsorship donations. I'd like to first congratulate the class of the seniors in the class of 22. During your time at CHS, you guys have persevered through some unprecedented time with remote learning, masking requirements, and cancellation of extracurricular activities and sports. I know this was a difficult time, but I imagine that it strengthened your resolve and will allow you to persevere through any challenges you guys face in the future. This year, we are awarding 9 scholarships to some very deserving senior members of the CHS baseball team. Each of these kids has participated in the town's baseball program for many years. All of them have been on the high school baseball team since their freshman year. Since there are 9 of them, I'd like to read all the names and have them come up so you can hold your applause real quick. Captain Justin Appleby. Brendan Singari. My personal favorite, Justin Froyo. Captain Nicholas Henry. Colin Madden. Ryan Madden. Captain Travis McKean. Austin Ronan. And Jackson Soderberg. That's why I figured we'd wait.
So that's our list of winners. I'd like to thank all the parents who volunteer throughout the town's baseball community, from T-ball to high school, helping advance the baseball program and keeping our varsity team well stocked with phenomenal players. All right, guys. To the seniors, good luck to all your future endeavors, and never forget where you've been, where you come from.
My name is Bob Erlandson, and I am the president of the Cohasset Teachers Association. And on behalf of all the members, your teachers, ESPs, secretaries, we would like to award the scholarship from the Cohasset Teachers Association. I have a few individuals who have come to help me. Torrin Sweeney and Ron Ford. Our first award goes to Nola Gallagher. Our next award to Ben Ford. Our final award, we have the father who would like to say a few unembarrassing words about our final recipient.
So my parallel universe with the class of 2022, I'm sorry, was, well, my son was born around then, but 2022 was that my son was the same age, of course. So I would like to ask my son, Daniel Charles Sweeney, who is attending Penn State this fall in the engineering program, who is also an Eagle Scout and is my best fishing partner. Daniel, come on up.
Hey, congratulations, class of 2022. It is my pleasure to be here presenting the Sandy Beach Association Scholarship. My name is Catherine O'Callahan, and I am on the Board of Trustees of the Sandy Beach Association. You all know and love Sandy Beach, but many of you don't know about the association. We are a group of 10 Cohasset residents who volunteer to manage and operate the beach. One of our jobs is to arrange for the employment, the pickup, the beach cleanup, staffing, and supply the beach with all the necessary safety and enjoyment equipment. It also allows us to present a scholarship to a graduating high school senior. Applications for the Sandy Beach Association Scholarship include a short essay in which each of our students describe the impact, influence, and involvement they've had at Sandy Beach. These essays are a pleasure to read and illustrate the valuable asset that Sandy Beach is for all ages. Your essays included stories of when you were young, playing in the waves and running up and down the beach, listening for the ice cream truck, playing with friends, and enjoying time with your family. Some of you wrote about your experience as an employee at Sandy Beach and what you've learned about working with others, and many times your first work experience. Others wrote about volunteer projects, cleaning up the beach, participating in the CSCR water testing and environmental projects. Essays included classes and field trips down at Sandy Beach, learning about marine science and environmental impact and sustainability. All the essays shared a love and appreciation for Sandy Beach. As hard as it is to select a recipient for this year's scholarship, one candidate stood out for her participation in the Water First program and Green Team. Her involvement with CSCR and an interest in environmental protection and sustainability. This year, she will be returning as the manager of the sandbar at Sandy Beach. We are so honored to award our scholarship to Lily Riley. Thank you. Congratulations to all of you, and we hope to see you at Sandy Beach this summer.
Good evening. I'm Jeff Cotter, Department Head of the World Language Department here at the high school. This evening I am conferring the award from the Massachusetts Foreign Language Association. There's an award for each language. We teach both French and Spanish at the high school. It is conferred upon the student who has demonstrated excellence, that's to say highest achievement, in the most advanced course of each language taught at the school. World language, 3 semesters of world language is required at the high school, so all students endeavor to learn how to speak a foreign language. However, these 2 students are inspirational in their desire to learn how to communicate with people in different languages and of different cultures. The award in French goes to Viola Henry. And in Spanish, the award goes to Ben Ford.
Good evening. My name is Kristen Quinn. I'm the president of the Cohasset Education Foundation. If you've gotten this far and don't know who we are, then shame on us. So just in case, we're a working board that raises funds to support grants written by teachers and administrators to better our schools. We had a banner year this year, and thanks in a large part to those of you in the audience that donated to our organization. The CEF is proud to award 2 scholarships to 2 high school seniors who exemplify the CEF's goal of educational excellence. Our goal is to celebrate students who demonstrate the following attributes during their entire time at the Cohasset High School: intellectual curiosity, excellent academic effort, intellectual creativity and dedication, and respect for their community, school, and peers. I'm happy to award the 2002 Cohasset Education Scholarships to Mia Froyo and Margaret Young. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Laura Struzieri, and I have the privilege of being a guidance counselor here at Cohasset High School. I'll be presenting 2 awards this evening. The first is the Nichols Award. This scholarship is awarded annually to the senior who has attained the highest scholastic average in 4 years of high school. This award goes to Ben Ford. The next award I'm presenting on behalf of U.S. Figure Skating. The U.S. Figure Skating Graduating Seniors Award recognizes the hard work of student athletes who have participated in figure skating throughout high school. Awards are given at the platinum, gold, silver, and bronze level based off a skater's level of competitive achievement in high school. Selection for this award speaks to a skater's continued commitment to succeeding in their athletic and academic endeavors. I'm pleased to inform you that Lily Wallingford has been awarded the Gold Level Graduating Seniors Award.
Good evening. My name is Jim Smith, and I am president of the Cohasset Gridiron Club. The Gridiron Club works diligently each year to accomplish 3 goals: to promote and stimulate an advanced interest in the Cohasset High School football program in the community, to provide support to the daily operations of the football program where most needed, and to provide scholarships to deserving senior student athletes who graduate from Cohasset High School and play football in their senior year. Tonight we would like to honor a very special group of seniors. Chemistry is a very overrated term in sports, but this group had it. As juniors, in their COVID-forced Fall 2 season in the spring of 2021, they won 1 game. The fall of 2021 didn't start much better as they started the season 0-2. From that point on, all this team did was win 10 straight games and beat the #1 ranked team in the state at Gillette Stadium to win the state championship. But as great as these kids were on the field, they're better off it. They're just a great group, and we'd like to honor them right now. First up, heading to the University of Wisconsin, James Appleton. Next up, Josh Burke, who's going to be playing football at Gettysburg. Brendan Sangari, who's going to Richmond. Henry Denisio, going to Miami of Ohio. Next up, Jay Fox. Jay is headed to Colby, and he was also selected to play in the Shriners game for Massachusetts All-Stars, all divisions. Next up, headed to Penn State, Nick Henry. Lucas Najar, headed to UMass. I apologize to everyone. I should have called them all up at once, but too late. Ryan Lynch, College of Charleston. Finally, the two co-captains, Jackie Lyons, who's headed to Purdue. And lastly, Michael Donahue. Michael's headed to Bates, and he is also selected to play in the Shriners game. Thank you, and congratulations to all of you.
How's it going? My name's Colin Smith, along with my friends Patrick Horgan and Masada. We're going to be presenting the Kurt Ritson Memorial Scholarship. First off, I actually want to thank someone because I moved to town recently. This past year, Super Bowl Sundays, a kid came to my door, gave me I bought a booklet. Halfway through, I looked through, and there was a big picture of Kurt, and it really meant a lot to me to see his memory living on. So thank you.
All three of us grew up in a neighborhood with Kurt. I think anybody in this room knows that bad things happen in life, and that's a part of life. One thing I admire about Kurt is how he handled his situation with courage and with grace. He loved his family, he loved his teammates, and he truly did what he was passionate about until the end.
And Kurt loved hockey. Even when he was going through chemotherapy, he still woke up for the 4:45 a.m. practices. So the person who's getting this scholarship today really exemplifies everything that Kurt stood for. Peter Vitella.
15 years ago, shortly after my brother passed away, a group of parents with swimmers on the high school swim team started the scholarship in memory of my brother's contributions and the joy he brought to the high school swim team. The group was Mandy Mahoney, Jill Ward, Frank, and Janet Costa, and in particular, Helen Daly, who was our neighbor and friend. And not only did they start the scholarship, but they worked pretty tirelessly to make sure that the Cohasset High School swim team survived during that particular period of time, during financial difficulties and whatnot. So I just wanted to take tonight to acknowledge Helen on behalf of all the students that have received this award over the past 15 or so years. On behalf of my family and myself, thank you very much. So these recipients tonight illustrate kind of the things that my brother brought to the swim team, the joy, the commitment to the high school swim team, academic record, and character. So the recipients are Stephen Crumley, Jenna Giglio, Sarah Bazile, Ellen Wicksted, and Natalie Simone.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Pisano, and I'm here to present the Phil Pisano Memorial Scholarship in honor of my grandfather. Many people knew him as Coach P. He was a teacher, coach, mentor, and friend to many in both the Cohasset and Scituate communities. And I know some of those people are in the audience today as parents, aunts, uncles, and other family members of the students here. Each year we award 2 scholarships to students who demonstrate strong academic achievement, sportsmanship, and moral character. This year's recipients are Bridget Mahoney and Brooke Evans.
Parents, students, faculty. My name is Denise Perez-Box. I'm going to wear a couple of different hats tonight. You might recognize me as your crossing guard. That's one hat that I wear every day. It's actually something. This is a very special night for me. I got the honor and pleasure of wearing 2 other different hats. One is the Community Garden Club of Cohasset. This particular scholarship was extremely hard to make a decision on. The environmental science that has been taught here at Cohasset is just absolutely incredible. The essays that the students wrote were just actually really beyond words. There is so much love in this group for their community, for the sustainability, and for not only their students, their student partners, but also their families. You should all be very proud of them. We we had over 20 applications for the community garden scholarship, and it was a very difficult decision, but we have 2 recipients this evening. The first one is Elaine Woodstead. You're welcome, congratulations. The other one is Peter Patello. Can you stand here just for 1 second? So this young man, every single day without fail, morning and afternoon, give me a wave, please. That's it. Every day. I almost didn't recognize you tonight without your hat on. The other award that I'm going to present tonight is extremely special to me. This award was started 10 years ago when my daughter sat on the stage. She was a tennis player from age 3, right up through the end of her high school career here. She was also a captain her junior and senior year. And she, along with her 3 other captains, decided that all the scholarships, the basketball, the swimming, the hockey, the baseball, football, there was never a tennis scholarship. And tennis, as you all know, is a lifelong sport. You can play forever. So along with her other graduating seniors that year, who were her fellow captains, they asked 4 mothers. I happen to be one of them. Very happy and proud to say 10 years ago. Time goes by fast, guys. Enjoy every minute of it. This is a little blurb that they wrote. We were inspired by our love of the game and the desire to acknowledge members of the team who demonstrated leadership, a positive attitude, good sportsmanship, and an ongoing commitment, all while maintaining academic standards in preparation for future educational enrichment. This, as I said earlier, we are very lucky for the success that we've had through our community. Cohasset, we love you. For 10 years now, we've been able to give out this award. Congratulations to all the seniors. I'm pleased to announce the 2022 Cohasset High School Girls Tennis Scholarship. The first one is to Amanda Khan. The next one is Grayson Ward. The next one is Brooke Evans. Next one is Evelyn Dickey. Next one, Mia Florio. And our last recipient is Ryo. I want to make sure I say this right because I'm past Ray Dubois. Nurzawa. actually found the birthday card that I need to mail next week. But there's a saying on it that I thought would be very appropriate for the seniors tonight. And it says, when you rush through life, it becomes a race. But when you enjoy each moment, it becomes a beautiful journey. May God bless you all. Be safe, be healthy, be happy. Enjoy your next journey.
Good evening. It takes courage to try something new, especially a sport, as you enter high school. Both of our recipients tonight came to join the cheer team with no experience their freshman year. Chrissy, was a little apprehensive at first, but quickly became an integral member of the team. Over the years, she helped freshmen learn routines in her own time and kept the atmosphere fun and light throughout. Julia attended a pep rally in 8th grade and saw the cheerleaders stunting and flying. She was all in and jumped at the chance to try out freshman year. Although intimidated at first, she knew she found the sport she could love. As captains, both girls led the team to compete at states and capped the year off cheering at Gillette Stadium. A truly great end to an exceptional high school career. Congratulations, Christina McMillan and Julia Willett.
First, congratulations to the entire class of 2022. You're a resilient bunch for sure, and I'm sure that will serve you well in the years ahead. On behalf of the Cohasset Norwell Gymnastics Boosters, I'd like to present a scholarship award to Bridget Conrad. Bridget is a well-rounded student athlete. She's a leader, she's talented, she's hardworking. What I've appreciated most about her, though, is her positivity. She has the ability to light a place up and naturally displays kindness to those around her. These qualities are not only exhibited by what she does, it's who she is. Thanks, Bridget, for being a true captain to the team and for demonstrating by example that working hard and excelling can be fun and can be done with a big, beautiful, bright smile on your face. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. Best wishes for what's ahead, AKA Harvard.
Those of you who know me know that I will be brief. I'll try, Mr. Scott. Good evening, class of 2022, parents and attendees. My name is Torrance Sweeney, and I've been here for a long time. So long that 40 years ago, I sat right down here by Mr. Fort. We were walked down that aisle by height. True story. 70 years ago, when this was a brand new high school, my father once told me they were called to this stage by academic performance or GPA. True story. And in that class of 1952 was John Froyle's father and Justin Froyle's grandfather. There were 27 of them. The more things change, the more they sometimes stay the same. My father jumped off Millbridge. I jumped off Millbridge. I imagine a few of you jumped off Millbridge. My dad went to Sandy Beach. I went to Sandy Beach, and I imagine a few of you have been to Sandy Beach. After my father served 4 years in the Navy, he came back to find a letter that said his art scholarship was not only intact after 4 years, but the Cohasset Scholarship Committee had doubled his art scholarship. And then he went on to the New York School of Art. Some things do still stay the same. As Mr. Scott stated, over $100,000 given out to you guys. And that commitment has stayed for many years. And I hope that someday you guys will either give back here in Cohasset or in the community that you choose to reside in. And this generosity will continue over and over and over, as it has here for over 70 years. Now, every year I mention what a great class they are, and that is always true. However, this class, I have seen so many acts of kindness that it gives me hope for the future generation. Just a tremendous group of kids. Now, the Justin Langham Scholarship. Justin was a tremendously kind person. He graduated in 2001. A few years later, after he had told me that he finally found the place he wanted to study in Amsterdam, his life was cut short. Justin didn't exactly do things the conventional way. He was once told by our super sub, Mr. Leary, as you guys know him, but also a tremendous English professor. Justin, you cannot take the AP Lit exam. You have missed too many classes. To which Justin said, Mr. Leary, I will get a 5. Mr. Leary said, no way. Justin got a 5. Justin also wrestled for Cohasset for 4 years. He made up some of his own moves, some of which worked, and some of which did not. One time he came off the mat and he had lost. And I said, how did that work out, Justin? He said, c'est la vie. My wrestlers know I don't take c'est la vie in the wrestling thing too coolly. Right, Ben? That doesn't work. But that was Justin, a free spirit, loved by many of his classmates, and he was just a kind kid. So, I'd like to choose a couple of these 2020 graduates to get Justin's award. Not a very easy selection this year, of course. But first, Atlas Purcell. This guy's been up here a couple. Did I give the wrong one? Uh-oh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Atlas. This guy's been up here a couple of times, so he gets one more. Peter Vitello. At Justin's celebration of life, a quote by Emerson was read by one of his classmates. Do not be too timid or squeamish about your actions. All of life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Good luck, class of 26.
Tonight I am here on behalf of the Cohasset Sailing Club, whose mission is to create able and confident sailors so that they can take full advantage of Cohasset's close relationship to the sea. The Cohasset Sailing Club has turned out thousands of terrific kids in its 50 years, and tonight's scholarships recipients are Elaine Wickstead and Brendan Singari. Congrats, Elaine. Nice job. Brendan, congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tara Noyes, the assistant principal here at the high school. We are almost to the end. First of all, I want to say thank you, and we will miss you, class of 2022. You have provided such leadership for our underclassmen through your daily actions, your kind words, your generosity in giving, both in community service, athletics, music, and drama. We look forward to seeing you on the stage this weekend and continue all of your future endeavors with the smile and the kindness that is in your heart. We would also like to thank all of our people that donate to our scholarship. As a mother, I know what it is like to make sure that our students have books and lower those student loans. So with every donation that we get, we do truly appreciate each and every one of you. With that in mind, the Situate Cohasset Youth Football and Cheerleading Program Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded in honor of the following coaches: Mark Brady, Tom DaCosta, Paul Prescott, Jack Gates, Chuck Allard, Mike Riga, Eric Damon. To be eligible, this candidate must have participated in some capacity of the Situate Cohasset Youth Football and Cheerleading Program this year. And these two awards go to Josh Burke and Miranda Schmidt. The next scholarship, Robert S. Pape Charitable Trust. The Robert S. Pape Charitable Trust is proud to offer a scholarship to its graduating seniors who have demonstrated a sincere desire to achieve in their vocational or professional goals, either at a four-year college or university or a technical school, vocational school, or other post-secondary training. The students should be active in school activities, community services, and demonstrate through part-time employment, volunteer work, in their ambitions and desires to achieve their goals. This year, the award goes to Samili Soares and Peter Vitello. The next scholarship is the John Hartshorn Gulf River Association Scholarship. This scholarship will be awarded to a graduating senior of Cohasset High School who has demonstrated commitment to conservation, preservation, stewardship, and the Gulf River as its tributaries through the environmental research, community service, education, preservation, and the outreach activities of this year. And this award goes to Lily Riley. The next scholarship is the Abington Bank Edward T. Mulvey Scholarship. The scholarship is given to a Cohasset High School senior who has demonstrated interest in fine arts and may pursue a course study in relating to the fine arts in college. And this year it goes to Andre Sweet.
The Hardy Scholarship. This scholarship is provided through the generosity of Mary Margaret Hardy, a long-term resident of Cohasset. There are 7 recipients. Amanda Kahn, Ryan Lynch. Christina McMillan. Lily Riley. Austin Ronan. Natalie Simone. And Simile Soros. The Allison Walter Shubrook Scholarship. The scholarship is awarded each year to graduating seniors who show promise of making a contribution to society and who will continue their education after high school. This year, the awards go to Georgia Fales, Ben Ford, Calliope Lanier, Jay Squadrino, and Julia Willett. Malcolm and Helen Stevens Memorial Scholarship. The scholarship is donated to the generosity of Malcolm and Helen Stevens, long-term residents and active citizens of Cohasset, and awarded to graduating seniors who plan to continue in a post-secondary educational program in nursing or a related career in the allied health field. This year, the awards go to Peter Crumley, and Lily Riley. The MSAA Award. Each year, the Massachusetts School Administrators Association gives latitude to school administrators who want to recognize a student or students who positively impacted the school community. Recognizing that contributions come in many ways and through many obstacles, this award is presented to a student who has shown grit and determination every single day and made our school a better place. It is my pleasure to present this to Tristan Fitzsimons. And now I would like to invite up our class president, Bridget Conrad.
Each year, the graduating class selects the recipient of the Golden Apple Award, which honors a teacher who embodies excellence in teaching and from whom we would like to receive a last lesson. A member of the faculty since 2008, he consistently combines rigorous instruction with human compassion and impresses on his students the imperative to be good people above all else. This year's Golden Apple recipient is Mr. McCabe.
And I got your message, Mrs. Moriarty. I'll definitely keep it under 45 minutes. Achilles stood before his myrmidons, those most loyal and ferocious of warriors, the night before they would clash for glory on the plains of Troy, fighting for gods and men and women, inspiring a trajectory of history and art that still bubbles beneath the surface of our culture today. I presume he opened with the following words, which I now offer in English to you. Good evening. I am filled with gratitude for the students without whom I don't have a function, whom I suspect selected me for this honor out of sympathy more than because it is deserved, as many of my colleagues are more worthy. But I am honored, students, by your kindness. Percy and Abby, when you shared hard personal truths. Blake, when you took an unfortunate situation and made the best of it. Liesel, when you confided. Atlas, when you watched out for others. Sam, when you were a loyal friend. Peter, when you hurt for others. Anthony, when you assumed the best of an ungracious comment. Jacob, when you laid down some dope tracks. Maggie, when you actually read Jane Eyre. Kevin, when you worked the hardest. And Brandon, when you chose to present in front of the class and methodically enunciate tongue-twisting words because you knew you could use the practice. You taught me vulnerability and tenacity and strength and protectiveness and fidelity and empathy and graciousness and creativity and curiosity and dedication and courage. I'm also grateful to Patrice, Gail, and Lisa, to my department chair, Karen, to Patrick, and to Tara, and especially to Brian. It has been a particularly difficult year for my family, and though I have been embarrassed at my absences, no one has ever brought them to my attention. Instead, Brian asks, "How's your daughter?" And students send messages saying they miss me and wish me well, and department members ask what they can do, and the superintendent says, "Let's see if FMLA can help." When you work at a place where people treat you like family and not a commodity, well, that is a blessing. I'm grateful for you parents who have the hardest job. Graduates, you will never meet a group of more proud, terrified, and hopeful people than those who sit before you. To have to release that which every instinct tells you to cling to and protect, well, it's a delicate tension. I'm grateful to the custodians, to the nurse, to the office staff, to the ESPs and school board and administration and police and the community groups that have shown up in a big way tonight, to Mrs. Berkowitz and Mrs. Moriarty and all the others working behind the scenes of whom I am not even aware, keeping on the lights, ensuring that we have power, providing recourse during emergencies. If the past few years have taught us nothing else, surely we see how closely to the precipice of chaos we sit, how disorder constantly threatens meteorological patterns, stokes global hostilities, widens racial divisions, and inflames online speech patterns. How miraculous, then, is it that in the depths of a COVID-ridden winter we can come to a safe, warm room and discuss gender dynamics in Gothic Victorian literature with a group of people that wish the best for us. That is not the natural way of things. We should wallow in gratitude. Because chaos is the natural state. Hebrew literature tells us that in the beginning, the waters of chaos, tohu vabohu, held sway. Divine words separated those waters, creating in the gap a habitable, ordered space. And after creating the cosmos and the land and the lower creatures, God created humans and gave to them the task of further caring for and establishing order over that creation. But listen carefully to the manner in which the text reveals that humans were created. In the image of God. The imago Dei stamped onto nephesh, flesh and spirit combined. It would be this recognition that would inspire the Enlightenment thinkers who would articulate and later codify the human rights that lie at the basis of all modern governments. It's the spark that attunes us to the bitter timbre of injustice, to the divinely patterned self being wronged. And it is the narrative that roused the 19th century Polish rabbi, Simcha Bunim, to teach his acolytes the following. Everyone must have two pockets, with a note in each pocket, so that he or she can reach into one or the other, depending on the need. When feeling lowly and depressed, discouraged or disconsolate, one should reach into the right pocket and there find the words, "The world was created for me." Even Polonius, the foolish dotard of Hamlet, understood this when he advised his son thusly, "To thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man." Less poetically, if you always present yourself as you believe yourself to be, you can never be guilty of deception. In modern parlance, be true to yourself. This is authenticity, one of the highest values of our contemporary culture. It is the golden self at our core, waiting to burst forth, to be acknowledged, to be praised. It drips from the pages of every children's book, populates the scripts of every young adult Netflix series, and informs the values of contemporary education. It is also the highest ethic of the hit ABC series The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, where contestants are induced to intone it at least a dozen times per episode. I just have to be true to myself. I'm being true to myself. I was just being true to myself. But perhaps we're left with a sense of uneasiness when we're brought to understand that in this context, being true to oneself is uncomfortably akin to hooking up with rooms of attractive people with the express purpose of self-gratification and with the result of breaking all but perhaps one of their hearts. Which begs the question, what is your true self? How can you know? Is it a product of your thoughts? And how do you know where they come from? Did you initiate them? How about your feelings? Are they reliable arbiters of the truth? Will they always be such? Or are they as prone to the whims of change as is a weather vane? Mine frequently tell me that I should polish off a sleeve of Oreos at 11 p.m. They told me many things on Saturday nights in college, and I'm sorry to say I generally listened, and rarely was it to the edification of myself or those around me. In fact, the liberation that I initially felt of being free from the dictates of my parents, being able to do what I wanted, living into the person I imagined myself to be, ended up making me a slave to my appetites. And though there are many people with far better instincts than my own, I am becoming more and more convinced that we are being deluded to believe that at the heart of freedom lies the altar of the self, an unbridled individualism that will not suffer restraint, because we must be true to ourselves. Well, most of us have no problem believing that we are like the gods. Look at Eve and Adam. You can eat of the fruit of knowledge of good and evil, the serpent hisses, because you are like God. Their son, we are reminded in Beowulf, was the first murderer. Help us out, Rabbi Bunham. What is in that second pocket? The sage replies, when feeling high and mighty, one should reach into the left pocket and find the words, I am but dust and ashes. Well, how is that helpful? Those first humans, in one of our oldest stories, wanted the knowledge that they had not developed the moral character to wield. We have split the atom, put robots on Mars, built phones with which we can live chat with folks in Burundi, and created an infrastructure that with the click of a button, we can have a bicycle on our doorstep between 5 and 10 p.m. the same day. But we have George Floyd, Buffalo, Uvalde, Ukraine, and TikTok challenges. So who are we, beings clever enough to develop powers we cannot control? Who are you? Start to compose an answer and your pen will pause, perhaps indefinitely. Who are you? May I submit the following? You don't know. And though I hesitate to say this, we understand that if learning just regurgitates what we want to hear, then we never learn. Plus, I know you'll extend me grace, so I'll further suggest the following. You are not a specification of Jungian archetypes. You are not a Freudian amalgam of repressed desires. You are not your age. You are not your accomplishments. You are not your sports or clubs. You are not your GPA. You're not the college you've been accepted to or the university that rejected you. You're not a number of likes or blocks. You're not a bank account sum. You're not the high bar set by your family or the addictions of your gene pool. You're not the failings or talents of your coaches or teachers or mentors. You're not your skin color or your gender or your sexual attractions. All these things are important, but don't let anyone else define you by them. Grapple with them as you choose, but know that who you are is hidden. And the same is true of all the God-stamped people around you. Look at them. Really. Look at someone near you until it becomes uncomfortable. Lock eyes until it's uncomfortable. Recognize that they are modeled after the divine and that they are deeply, deeply flawed. That they are capable of causing great pain and of embodying greater love. Later, praise them by telling them what you would miss about them if you didn't get to be with them every day. And if the context calls for it, forgive them. Perhaps, if we begin to subvert ourselves in the attempt to enable those around us to recognize that divine value, perhaps then we will begin to understand who we are. Thank you so much for this honor, class of 2022. Congratulations.